All right, so Juan, this week, man, we're jumping back on the crew cab, as you can see here.
Yep.
Let's see what we can get done on the passenger floor. I know you got the driver's side done, so that's pretty much ready to rock.
Yeah.
Also, I have a whole new one-piece floor coming for the bed. So
Okay.
I can have David tear that apart and then get it all prepped, kind of half-ass fit it for you. So hopefully we can get passenger side floors done, along with maybe get that bed put together.
Yeah, the passenger side shouldn't take as long because most of the inner bracing is still intact for the most
so
part.
it's not as bad as the driver's
so
side?
it's not as bad as that side, but the floor pan is going to be, floor pan itself is going to be a little more involved.
Well, let's see what happens, and hopefully we have a good week.
All right.
Cool.
Cool. Just got my piece made. I'm getting it all mocked up and clinkoed and clamped in place, so that way I can do my final trimming, and then I'm gonna start tacking her in and weld her up. So yesterday I got this corner of the front floor pan repaired and painted. Now today I'm going to come in and repair this kick panel corner, and I have to come in, repair this brace, and then I will be getting the floor pan mocked back up in here, and we're gonna get that welded in and replaced. So earlier today, I got this little filler strip in, and then I got my old floor pan piece cut to shape the way I want it. Right now I got it all tacked in, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pull all my clamps out and get it fully welded in, and then I'll be able to start getting the middle piece for the trans tunnel. Right now I am fitting my trans tunnel. I'm getting everything marked up. I have to extend this lip on the opposite side, trim all the ugliness out of it, make my filler pieces, get this laid back in there, try to get everything tacked in and attached. I was getting this piece welded in. I didn't realize this seam was super thin, and when I started welding it, it started splitting. So I was going to talk to you about just remaking that section of the toe board as well when we do the firewall.
Oh, and you kind of do the whole thing?
Yeah.
That's why I didn't grind it out, because it's like doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, because I would have to grind that, and then that's going to end up being thin, and then I got to weld that seam back up, and it's just going to
blow apart.
It's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, I'd probably just focus on that and then go to the back section, and then, you know, or even
we'll take care of all this when we do.
Once it's done. Hell, you can even see about yeah, well, I guess once you get that all tacked in place, that's more than enough work for today. And then
if we're doing that side, do you want to go ahead and just replace that side too?
I think we're gonna probably end up doing that probably off the truck. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's
so
fine.
When we get to that point, yeah. Because like I said, we still gotta attack this back section.
Yeah.
We got to do all of this back here.
Yep.
And then this would be kind of nice if we can get to it while the bed's not on it, but we'll get it. Yeah, at least if we get that fitted back in place, we'll be all right.
flattening it out. Basically, if I were to just smack it like that, I would end up just pushing it out further than what I wanted to. So if you take a metal block, this is called a dolly. So if you take the dolly, and it's basically a thick steel block, and you just flatten it out.
just the sides for now.
Yep. Yeah, just get these welded for now. Just the sides for now.
We know those are good because you've been underneath there too.
No, I haven't been underneath yet.
The spot welds.
The spot welds.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, just weld the spot
Weld
welds.
the spot welds. But before you weld the spot welds, crawl in there and make sure that floor is level with the sides.
Yeah.
I thought you already was underneath there. That's why I said that.
And then you were talking about.
I was just talking about these lines, but if
Yeah,
that
no,
if you
those,
do that, you can bend that.
If you do the seams first, then we roll it over, get on stands, and then we can make sure everything's straight. We can strap it, we can stretch it if we need to before we weld all that stuff in.
So we have enough shit to do. We can get all of our clean goes back in spot weld. So because there's nothing else to do, I could have him start cutting it apart in the meantime.
I'll just take him over and show him what I want him to do.
Okay.
So we got the bed flipped over. I took all our measurements, made sure everything was square, made sure the bed was level. Right now I got this front panel for the bed mocked up where it needs to be. I got it fastened in place, and right now I'm gonna go ahead and start doing all my spot welds around it. I'm gonna have to come in here and beat my corners in a little bit and get her all welded in. This side all done. Got the bottom edge done. Got this inside corner spot welded to the brace. I got a little more grinding to do, but for the most part that's done. Now I just gotta tackle this side, pretty much do all the same stuff that I did over here to this side. Alright guys, I got this back panel all welded in, metal finish, primered. Got the braces on the bottom there, spot welded in. I haven't done this corner for the spot welds yet because, as you can see, it's rotted out and I got to replace that section of the bed floor. But that's fine. I still got to come in and fill my clinkle holes on the backside. But yeah, I got this thing all welded in. Tomorrow we'll be moving on to that side of the bed, and then we'll go underneath it and spot weld all the braces to the bottom of the floor.
No, it won't be the same. So like I said, we might have to find like an old Ford floor that has this indentation to do that repair, because I don't think we can make it. I mean, we probably could, but I don't know.
I was gonna say we can make it, but is it gonna be worth it?
And will it look the same? I mean, I think that's the only really super bad spot.
So far from what I can see, yeah.
Well, keep it up, man. We're almost there.
Alright, so I got a little contraption going on for the back side of the bed where the tailgate is. I'm having to try to spread out the bottom of the box so I can get my gaps right here. So I've got a ratchet strap on this side hooked to the truck. I've got another ratchet strap on this side hooked to this frame. I'm trying to spread both ends at the same time to get my bottom gaps right, and then I got a ratchet strap at the top to pull the tops in to keep that gap right. Hopefully what I'm doing will work and we can get all of our gaps around the tailgate right. And then I gotta come in and work the sides of the tailgate, because as you can see in the middle on both sides, the gap isn't totally right, but I think a hammer and dolly will fix those gaps. So yeah, that's my little contraption I got going on right now. Keep pulling on them until I get my gaps right, and hopefully all this works. All right, so I got the back side of the bed all welded up, grinded down. My tailgate's where it needs to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean all my surfaces so that way I can spray self-etching primer so nothing rusts.
This week, Juan basically got this passenger side floor pan pretty much in here. This whole section had to be rebuilt here. Plus we had to do some rework stuff to go around the exhaust to basically get started for the firewall, which is future consideration project. So we got the tunnel piece set up in here. That's welded on the passenger side, and it's all welded on the driver's side, but it's got to be metal finished the rest of the way. But it actually looks like a truck again. So next step, we got to get to the back, and we'll go from there. Like this. All right, so we have got the bed, the back, actually I guess you call it the front brace installed along with our new one-piece floor. There's a few pieces that still have to be repaired, but we have everything welded in. It's all braced in. Turned out really awesome. We have the back sections, we'll get by the tailgate. You see Juan still back here finishing stuff up, doing some repairs and some dents, but you can see that we have the whole floor in now. And there's like some rust up there we have to take care of, but hopefully we'll have this thing on the truck sooner than later. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and on to the next one.